Appendix 3, Burnout Prediction and Prevention. 10.1, Theory. There are many articles about burnout and a large body of literature on measuring the degree of burnout. Most talk in general ways about how some things lead to burnout. The degree of burnout is measured using exhaustion, cynicism, and loss of professional efficacy. This body of literature has identified 6 key factors leading to burnout: workload, control, reward, community, fairness, values, as reflected by scores on the Areas of Work-Life Survey, or AWS. This framing is insufficiently actionable from an organizational leadership perspective. The measurement of burnout related to exhaustion, cynicism, and professional efficiency provides a lagging measurement based on burnout symptoms. An ounce of prevention is worth a ton of cure. From a leadership perspective, we are more interested in preventing burnout, both in ourselves and in the people on our teams. The measurement of a problem once it has already happened, while of value, is not as valuable as being able to apply prevention based on leading indicators. Regarding the AWS factors, how can one in a practical sense observe community, or fairness, or values? Reward in a reasonably well-run professional firm setting is generally not an issue. It is often a useful exercise when considering a phenomena to consider and define its opposite. Many sources say engagement, and several thesauruses will say energized is the opposite of burnout. Burnout of what? Energization or engagement of what? I would argue these are two ends of a spectrum of capacity. The capacity of energy for useful action. What are the leading indicators that lie upstream of burnout or energization/engagement? Less quantitative literature above has indicated that getting burnt out is related to workload, respect of colleagues, respect from colleagues, level of engagement, belief in mission, availability, use, quality time off, and recreational time. Here we combine these factors mathematically as follows. The rigorous beta is a low single-digit value. For the following analysis, it will be set to 0 as it is fuzzy anyways, and we will drop the negative term at the front to obtain B. Calibrating this model with several test subjects has revealed the following scales for burnout rate bands. It is noted that the above calibration took place in individuals that generally had a high level of control over their work, are well remunerated, and have a good family life. The author, being an engineer, has decided good enough and moved on. However, the author's sense is that the degree of control is not an insignificant factor in this estimation, but may not be multiplicative as with the other parameters. It may be baked into beta, more of an additive or subtractive nature. I find it likely that reward may go into this term as well, or another additive term. If, when discussing reward, we are referring to monetary reward, many studies have revealed that beyond a relatively modest income, further reward is not effective in increasing levels of satisfaction, and it can be inferred from this that the effect on mitigating burnout would be similarly asymptotic. Lastly, the above model is a simplified, all other things being equal kind of model. The same sort of model could be applied to the home environment. Workload, including the emotional work of caring for sick family members and extended family, level of mutual respect in the family, level of engagement, time off. A more rigorous modeling would combine the two workplaces. Likely each workplace would have its own B term with the separate score, and the two B terms add together for an overall capacity rate of change. The long and short of this is that a person's home life is going to have a significant impact on their energy level, and that when leading your team, consideration needs to be made for the whole person. 10.2. Application. Looking at the theory above reveals a few key important takeaways. 1. Disrespectful team members are cancerous and will reduce overall organizational capacity. Leaders set the tone. Respect must be mutual and demonstrated by the leaders. 2. Teams that have a high degree of mutual respect and a very compelling set of values and mission can withstand a higher workload with less time off. Example, high-performance military teams, especially special forces. 3. Time off is important, even for the mission-driven respectful teams. 4. recharge is a trickle charge, and the burnout rate can be catastrophically higher. Once a state of burnout is reached, it may take a very long time for a formerly high performer to regain function. It may not be possible to regain the same level of function again. The earlier discussions around development of alignment, competency, and capacity all provide highly actionable items for a leader to have a direct impact on the denominator in the above equation. The management of workload is more straightforwardly managed and, as discussed earlier, will not be a constant. Most professions have busy seasons. Perhaps the best example is in accounting for year-end. 10.3. Closing. Anyone who has experienced burnout knows how hard recovery is. Recovery can be a process that takes years to complete, if full recovery is even possible. This is a lurking risk for high performers and high-performing organizations, since we are often operating on the ragged edge like high-performance athletes. A seemingly small decrease in engagement or respect can tip the balance to trend towards burnout. A larger event can push someone into rapid burnout and season or career-ending injury. While leaders are busy managing the burnout rate of their team, they must also ensure they do not get burnt out. Part of leading by example. In understanding the above, you can do a better job of 1. Getting people on the bus who are likely to be highly engaged. 2. Understanding and effectively communicating organizational values and mission. 3. Leading by example and modeling respectful behavior and behavior consistent with values. This is a very broad set of behaviors, and the habits and tactics presented in section 3.1 all contribute to this. Assigning the right workload to each individual. Identifying and correcting inappropriate behavior. Quickly removing team members who are engaging in recalcitrantly disrespectful behavior, especially narcissists. Ensuring people take enough time off for both recharge and for rest and reflection. There will be a temptation to go out and survey your staff on where they are with respect to the above model, and this totally misses the point. The point is for the leaders to be emotionally intelligent and observe what is going on around them, and to pull on the right levers to be able to have a positive impact on people's energy levels. Sometimes we will deliberately put ourselves into a period of energy decrease, but we need to recognize that this will have to be followed by a period of recovery. As with the athlete, peak performance comes from exertion followed by recovery and repeat. This is where we will want to see variability in workload and time off, while maintaining high levels of mutual respect and engagement. If we see declining mutual respect or declining engagement, we see trouble on the horizon and need to do something about it. Figure 13, generative aligned action, overlap with burnout leading indicator.